Hello, it is Kitty, and welcome back to another episode of waifucraft. However, good news, bad news. Good news, waifucraft is going to be reoccurring again. Bad news, my original mod pack file got corrupted, so I made a new one without the mods that broke it before. This will ideally, if all goes well with modded Minecraft, as it always does, I say in air quotes, this will be the permanent mod pack, and this should become a long reoccurring series. I'm hoping that this will work out. But yeah. So unfortunately I lost the footage for the very first 30 seconds of the world. But I spawned in, and this is the biome I had the intentions of building my house in like the main base. So I want to stay relatively nearby for the main base in this main biome. I wanted to pick a skin that I liked for our maid. I was planning on just finding one I liked, so I went for the little red and black one. I thought she was very cute. I wanted to find somewhere nearby to build our house, and I want to hit a few caves after. So our main focus, find where we're building the base, get set enough to start, first do a strip mine, but then I want to go caving to get iron as quickly as possible. And a few things going into this. Unfortunately, the Monsters and Girls mod, which was and is a very beloved mod of mine, I really love the girls in it, I find them so cute, is going on a long-term hiatus. So there won't be any updates for the Monster and Girl mod anytime soon, which is very unfortunate. However, I understand taking a breaks and hiatuses, especially with things like modding. So all props to the creator of the Monsters and Girls mod. I hope everything goes well with the hiatus and that we come back swinging. The shaders I originally picked were awful. I think I only used them for the first few minutes before I realized how bad they are, and I turned them off. So don't worry. I also had issues with a lot of things, ironically. Like the initial mod pack, I had a lot of lag issues, and it was maxing out my CPU, just exploring and running around. So I ended up removing, I think, around 20 to 30 mods. Nothing huge gameplay wise, but a lot of things that added different world gen, different biomes and such, and things like that. So a lot of those got removed. We're pretty well optimized now, and unfortunately, oh my god, when I recorded all of this, I picked the wrong mic. So I'll use the original audio for a few clips because it me getting jump scared, but you can tell how bad my webcam mic is, and oh my god, I apologize in advance. I didn't mean to, and it was so bad, editing this video and having to listen to this back. I won't normally be doing voiceovers, that's not the intention, however I am for this one, because the audio quality was so bad, I didn't want to make you guys sit through that. You can hear me clicking my mouse in the background, and I was like, okay, yeah, no. I'm good. So we did some strip mining, got some cobble. I wanted to just kill that pickaxe. I want to get as set as we can as quickly as we can, because I know this is kind of funny, but I'm not a huge fan of the starting of a Minecraft world. I much prefer, I want to get to the fun part as soon as possible when you're running around and you're collecting things, and I want to get to that point as fast as I can, but as also not stressful as I can. So my main goals are to hit the nether, so we can start gathering the stuff to do the end dragon, so we can kill that and then collect that. So there's also, I don't really touch on it in this video, but there's also a waifu mod that's in here that gives you waifu totems, and they can fight and do stuff for you. So I want to grind out a bunch of those as well. So in this episode, I wanted to focus on just getting our base set up. So that was the majority of this. I also want to learn a little more about the Toho mod, because the maids are very cute, but I'm not very familiar with them and all of the very specific actions that they have. The maids can do a ton of things, and I know how to do very little with them. I went to make a pickaxe and I didn't put the sticks in, and so I just crafted 6 cobblestone slabs. I can't even think of any other time I've done that. Yeah. So my resource pack for the sheep wasn't working, so they're just invisible for the first couple minutes I'm farming them. Yeah, this shit was awesome. Schizophrenia Minecraft. That's... I love the swinging at shadows. It's pretty awesome. Oh my god, I am trying to sleep as fast as possible every night because as soon as nighttime hits, the Grimoire of Gaia mod adds some very scary and very strong creatures. So as soon as it hits night, you'll get like 20 mobs spawning on you. And I am very scared of said mobs, so I try to sleep as fast as I can. This was like... I feel so scrambled, like, watching myself play these. Just because of how many times I, like, misclick and completely go off track. I hate collecting the flowers because the like flower top part of the flower, not the stem, doesn't count as a leaf. So all of my auto wood breaking mods don't count towards that. So it leaves the flower pieces like in the air. I also want to start farming as soon as possible. So as I acquire seeds, I'm doing my best to immediately go plant them so that we can hopefully have wheat sooner and start our farm sooner for like cows and sheep, because I don't have any wheat for that currently. So that's main focus right now. Startled the absolute fuck out of me. I know it doesn't seem like it, like in the clip, but when I heard the achievement sound, it was so loud. I like actually jumped. That actually startled the fuck out of me. That was so loud. What is that for? Like 100 or some shit? Minus stack. Oh. That's why I paused after, but I did accidentally fling my mouse just a little. That did actually like startle the fuck out of me. I had no intentions of hitting a cave. I didn't want to, really. I feel like I'm still so unprepared. Quote the fucking wooden sword. Oh my god, these fairies are everywhere. They come as part of the little Toho mod. If you kill them, they give you XP that you can use to level up your maids. But they are so fucking irritating. There are so many of them, and they're not very strong. They just throw projectiles and are very irritating. And the urns, they have... I don't remember what mod they're originally from. I think it might be supplementaries. But they have some of the most interesting things in them. Like, I know you can get a bunch of different kinds of like ore nuggets, as well as bones and ash and some other modded things that aren't from supplementaries that are interesting. So I'm not sure exactly which one it's from, but they have good drops sometimes. Also, this shader pack is definitely fucking with my eyes a little. I mistook like 4 different ores, and I don't even know how. Like, watching this back, it's like clearly iron or coal. But when I was playing it, I remember everything looking so blue. Like, everything looked really blue tinted, and I was so confused. My main goals for this series as a whole are collecting all of the girls that are tameable or just collectible as a whole. There are more than a few not friendly girl mobs from the Grimoires of Gaia mod. I do have the NFF girls mod where you can tame some of them. However, that is not completed. It's not a like fully finished mod, so you can't tame all of them, but you can tame a good amount of them. I hope that this series goes on long enough to allow them to update it so we can tame all of them. But if we can and we don't get there, I do want to name tag the hostile mobs and keep them even as hostile mobs. My main goals are the mushroom girls. There are a good amount of them. There's the mermaids add-on for the monster girls, which also adds in a bunch to collect. I looked it up, it's 40 different variants of the standard girlfriends from the Lovecraft mod, and then as many of the tamables from the Grimoire of Gaia we can get. That is a very long list, and I have not decided how I want to store them. I say lightly. I don't want to make a zoo for the monster girls. That's a little inhumane. And this is waifucraft. We are collecting the loves of our lives, not pets, and keeping them in a zoo. So I'm straying away from that idea, and I want to focus pretty heavily on making like a mansion or something for all of them, so they all get their own individual rooms that like suit them. I also could not find the exit for this cave for so long. My staircase had a drop off, and I literally just couldn't find it. The only reason I found it in the end was because of my map. And I lined up where the staircase was marked on my map. I am a little embarrassed. I did not realize it would take me like 20 minutes to find the staircase I made into a cave. But right now I want to smelt the iron, go back into the cave, grab the angel heart. I can't remember the name of the ore. Make as many tools with that as I can. Well, full set of tools and hopefully a couple pieces of armor. And I want to also try to just build our resources. I feel like, I mean, yes, this is episode 1. Yes, we're like 20 minutes into this. But I want to acquire more things as a whole. I also want to figure out the materials I need and what I want for my base, as well as focusing on like farming and stuff. I will start a cow farm probably next episode. That's gonna need to like be done very quickly. But I want to know what you guys think in terms of like objectives and such. Because I want to include you guys. I also would love names. We need a ton of names. I am more than likely just going to get a villager and start a iron farm and do trading hall for the said name tags because of the sheer amount that we are going to need. But that's going to be way down the line. This achievement made no sense to me. I literally had 2 sticks and iron in my inventory, and it counted as the achievement that needs 4 sticks. The angel heart is so cute. I love the way all of the items look, or like the weapons look, and the armor. I wish you could change the colors of the armor the way you can the tools, but they're still very cute regardless. I was so focused on not making a pickaxe because I just made that iron one that in my own unfocusedness, I made 2 axes. Yeah. I don't know how I did that. I realized like immediately after, which is like so funny. Also, new PNG tuber, guys. I think, well, she is Christmas decorated. Editing this video on the 20th. And she should be posted shortly before Christmas. So Merry Christmas, everyone. I want to note that I will be going on a trip, like or a New Year's trip, so right after Christmas. So that'll be quite the delay on the next episode. I apologize in advance. However, it should be shortly after I come back that we do get that next episode. Or that I do end up posting the next episode. The maid so far has been so helpful with collecting seeds for the farm. I hate running around and breaking grass for the seeds. So the fact that she just like automatically does it, and with all the flowers in the surrounding area, which I was already gonna need to get rid of, is like absolutely perfect. I need a little more dirt just because I got so many seeds from her. And I want to expand the farm, but I don't want to industrialize it yet. I will in the future definitely make like an automatic farm or like just a really large wheat farm. But I want to focus on getting just a little bit of everything to start and then building upon it later. Okay, I'm sorry if you find the dirt placement atrocious. I didn't want to have to put a bucket of water in the middle, and yeah. So I was trying to make sure that there was more than or less than 5 blocks so that I didn't need to put water in the middle. I still don't like the texture of this gravel. I still think it's weird that you can put lines in the gravel like that. This was so funny to me. I was gonna go grab sheep and put them in that hole, and then I remembered I didn't have any wheat on hand. It was as I'm editing this right now that I remembered I have the carry mod. I could have just gone and grabbed the sheep and brought them back. I took off the broken resource pack for the sheep. Luckily, it was all that it needed to work. So now we do have sheep. I do want to name a couple of the normal mobs too. So I want to get a couple cows and name them, and I want to name a couple sheep and have them in a barn. I want to try to keep them in like houses or areas that are themed towards what they are. So I do want to focus on like keeping them very heavily themed. Like I want there to be a very distinct farm themed area for like the cows, the sheep, the pigs, and the other ones. First lucky block. Well, lucky blocks, plural as of after. The cake is nice because a few of the monster girls do actually take cake as like something you can tame them with. And I don't want to have to make a bunch of cakes. Not off the gate at least, just because I don't have anything for them. I don't have the milk buckets, I don't have like literally anything besides the wheat. There are also a couple of new mushroom mods I added. I'm not sure how much we'll end up using them, but there is a mushroom trader that spawns in the mushroom fields, I think is the name, and they trade you some of the cutest mushroom armor, which is definitely going to be a long-term goal, unfortunately, because one piece of armor spawns in the trader's house, and he trades one piece. And that's one per biome, and those are already rare biome. So those are going to take a while to get, but ideally, we'll get there soon. I'm going to play the original audio for this clip. I apologize for the quality, but this whole clip was so funny to watch after the fact. Oh, that's my fucking maid, bro. What is that? What is that? What the fuck is that? I don't mean the two. What? It's the icon on my minimap is fucking terrifying. Wah, I'm so cooked. Why does he sound like that? I'm so cooked. I'm so cooked. Oh, get the fuck away from me, bro. What? Oh, fuck. I'm so cooked. Why am I poisoned? Oh, that's from the tickle monster. Oh, the tickle monster's fighting the zombie. Oh, damn. Or like the tickle monster cooked that zombie. I got genuinely so startled by that octopus. It was kind of hilarious. Oh, fuck me, bro. Is that centaur have me? No, I'm just getting blown up by a fucking octopus girl now. Where is my bed? I want to go to sleep, please. I want to go to sleep, please. I want to go to sleep, please. Please do not blow up my bed. Please do not blow up my bed. Oh my god, that went straight fucking past me. I don't know how she didn't blow up my bed, but I am here for it. I'm sorry to kill you. You are so cute. Oh my god, more like I'm gonna get fucking murked by you. There's so many things. Oh my god, I'm cooked. Get away from me! I want the tickle monster's help, but he's near the fucking centaur thing that is now chasing me. Awesome! Get the fuck away from me, please. The tickle monster is so cute. I absolutely adore him. This minotaur was absolutely fucking terrifying. Don't you have regen? Please heal me. Yes, thank you, tickle monster. Fuck, he's coming. Can I fight him? I don't think I can fight him. I have like no armor. Let me see if I can. I don't have any wood on me. I might be able to cross and then make a boat and put him in the boat. What is that? Oh, it's a fucking zombie in full armor. Awesome. So this is what I was talking about. This is the Kawaii Dishes mod. The same mod that adds the coffee adds cute maid themed armors. They also have like bunny suits and a couple others. But they will sometimes spawn on mobs. So you'll get more often than normal armored mobs. You'll get mobs in full like maid outfits, and I find it so funny. Like, it's not as funny because they have a cute resource pack on for the zombies, so they already look like cute girls, but when it's a normal zombie in a maid dress running at you, it's kind of hilarious.
Get in the boat. That did not work. I don't know if I just placed it better. He just can't, like, sit in boats. Please, 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 please. Fuck, boats don't work on him.
I did not expect to get hit there. I thought he was slowed as soon as he touched water, and I didn't think he would one-shot me, so that... I don't normally get startled by games, but this Minecraft episode specifically has been one of millions. This shit, like, never happens to me ever. I am normally so good at not getting scared, but both of those startled me so bad. And at this point, I knew I wasn't gonna be able to fight him if I couldn't get him in a boat. I just wanted to get my stuff. I don't care about the Minotaur anymore. Also, never mind the fact that he's swimming now. Like, why? He wasn't moving in the water when he was on the weird ledge, and then he was in 1 block deep water and he was just running. And now he's swimming in the water when he wouldn't swim before. As soon as I got my stuff, I didn't realize I missed my gravestone that bad. Oh my god. I just want him gone. So at this point, I decide, fuck the Minotaur, I'm just gonna run away. If I can get him out of my render distance, he'll despawn. Enough with the Minotaur. Hopefully. I say as he's right behind me. But that's what I mean, he didn't swim there. Or I guess he did, but he was just like really slow. Never mind. But at this point, I just run straight. But I ran as far as it took to get him out of my render distance so that he would hopefully despawn, which led me to a new biome. I don't remember the name of this one, but the birch was kind of nice, and I want to collect all the different woods anyway, because why not? Who knows when you're going to need them or not. I said birch, but that is aspen. I stand corrected. So on my way back, he's gone. The single block hole. Singular block. I still don't know how I fell into that. That was like some of the most unlucky shit ever. So the coffee is one of the best foods in the game starting out, just because it's so fast to eat and it's so easy to farm. The plants grow so fast and you get so much of it. I want to keep a steady supply of that, because even if I don't end up eating it later on, it's really good for the maid. It's easy to farm, doesn't cost me anything. I don't know if she wants to eat something in specific, because a lot of her voice lines in Japanese are complaining about being hungry or asking about lunch. So I don't know if that's just like what she says, or if I'm not feeding her what she wants. But she is eating the food I give her, so I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to do a little more research. I want to finish some farming, and I want to build our house. This is a shack, 100%. This is our little starter shack, of which will probably become a fishing hut in the future. I want to do a bunch of different themed areas, very heavily themed as well. So I want to do like a whole little coastal beach area and build like a jellyfish and a big shell or something. And I want to just keep things nice and sorted. I want to collect as many of the crab girls starting out as I can, because they drop shells, and those shells can be used to craft armor. They were pretty rare in all of my other like worlds where I've played with this mod. They were pretty rare, so I thought it was very lucky to have them spawn here. These two were the same. I didn't really care that they were the same though, because I want the shells anyway, and if anything, it means I get more red shells, so it's easier. I want to collect a couple more, and a couple more a few more girls spawned on my mini map, so I want to try to collect all of them and just put them in that hole for now, so that I can focus on them later. But I am low on wood still, so I wanted to get one more final tree before I went and finished up my house. I was so disappointed. The tree chopper mod did not break the top of that tree, and it hurt my soul. I thoroughly dislike leaving things floating in the air. I didn't really understand what she was asking of me, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what that icon meant. I think there was also a recent update because before they did not have little icons to represent their emotions. But I wanted to finish up a little shack. I don't have a specific theme for this. This is like literally as basic as it can get just for starting. I wanted to keep it in a more beachy theme so that we can build off that like coastal kind of vibe later on. One thing I didn't notice while I was building this though is just how muted the palm and the spruce are together. The palm by itself is already very neutral and very like muted. I didn't really think the spruce was. Spruce is typically more like warm orangey tone to me, but being placed next to the palm just like sucked the color out of it. In my opinion, at least. I do think it's still a good combo, but I do feel like it is a very muted and very like lifeless combo. Which isn't the worst thing, it's just not really what I had in mind for this. Purely because I was thinking beach hut, more colorful, more fun. But this is fine too. This will probably get changed in the future, but it makes a good enough little shack for now. This way we live somewhere and aren't just on a bed in the open, ready to be attacked by another minotaur. So, I just ran out of spruce, unfortunately. I have a little bit of bone meal, but not that much, so I'm definitely, well, unfortunately, probably gonna have to make a composter and acquire more bone meal. I was hoping this was enough, but this was also just slightly too short. Or slightly too little. I am seriously starting to think that the maid's food based lines are just voice lines without like purpose, because more often than not all she's talking about is food. But I know she has food in her inventory and I just gave her more coffee, so I don't think that they're actually like her requesting food. I think those are just her voice lines. Unfortunately, this is where I am a little short on spruce, so I do unfortunately need to make a composter and get more bone meal. I gave it all of the flowers I got from the maid, as well as a few extra saplings and stuff I had that I wasn't too keen on keeping anyway. As for the interior, if my stuff's inside of it, it works. This really is only going to be our base for a couple of episodes. I just didn't want to go on a very long adventure and collect a bunch of materials when I didn't have somewhere to come home to. So that is all this is. Do not worry. We will not be in this for much longer. I wanted to get all my stuff settled in here, and I wanted to mainly just get the house ready and done to finish off this episode, as well as just like think about things, start to plan things out. The headband that the zombie dropped earlier, I gave to the maid, which gave her such a cute little witch hat. I love it so much. I think she's so cute. I had a little bit of compost left over in the composter, so I wanted to sort that out first. But that was the last of the stuff we needed to move. So now we are ready and on track. I want to do a little farming before this ended, and I wanted to collect the last of those scrap girls. The different color variants drop different shells, which lead to different colors of armor. To drop the shell, unfortunately, they need to be hurt, and then at some point they will fully regenerate their health and drop the shell. But I don't really want to hit them right now, because number one, they aren't tamed, and they do attack back if you hit them. And I don't really have the means to, like, manage them right now. Not like that, at least. I wanted to finish up a little farming right before I got off, because the more wheat, the sooner we can expand our cow farm that will be started very shortly. And I want to try to get everything, like, in the same harvest order so that my maid can do everything all at once and keep it in, like, waves. But I will definitely end up redoing the farm sooner rather than later and making it an actual farm rather than just dirt on the coast, so don't worry about that either. But now that we've finished up farming, I just want to thank you guys for watching. I will do my best to post the next episode as soon as possible. I'm going to do my best to make time for this series and post regularly. So yeah, I hope to see you guys on the next one.